Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the pregame. I'm Kurt Jangle, host of the pregame with Kurt Jangle. Joined today by BooksAndBodySlams, also known as Kristi, also known as the reigning defending queen of wrestling TikTok. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I like that queen of TikTok. I also might steal queen of wrestling threads.
Go for it. I'm just going to make up titles and honorifics for everybody when they come up, but not tell them what it is. It's like I surprised Blade last week with the rising tide of professional wrestling podcasting. And I saw his face light up a little bit. I was like, he likes it.
I would say it's also always his birthday.
Yeah, it is. Oh, and happy birthday, Blade.
Happy birthday, Blade.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things about the pregame, we'll start off with this, since we actually both brought one. Pregame is about getting together with friends and decompressing from the week, getting ready for the weekend. Part of that's having drinks and snacks. Well, what do you got? What are you sipping on your end over there?
Like the basic bitch I am. Rosé.
Rosé, nice rosé.
In a Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship.
I was gonna say, like, it's not bad. You got a nice glass there, so you gotta show off what that is. I know it's a because you told me it was Lord of the Rings, but it looks like the Batman Forever glasses from McDonald's from the 90s. I
think these were from Burger King.
Oh yeah, okay. So they're probably the same amount of lead content.
Probably. Yeah, it has Frodo on it.
Nice. And that's actually. So you got a Lord of the Rings glass, and I've got a similar local beer as usual, False Idol Shadow King.
Love the name.
Yeah, delicious 8% stout.
Oh.
Yeah. I've only got one of these. The rest of them are a lot lower.
The few things I know about beer, that's considered a high gravity.
Yeah, it's medium high. It's that, and I did bring a snack this time again. I got a little protein bar. Nothing fancy.
No snack. I was chewing gum.
Yeah, that's kind of a snack. Kind of a snack.
I mean, grapes are a snack, and I have crushed grapes.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, it's all in one.
Yeah.
And most beer is just bread, so I mean, it works out. It all works out. I want to jump in with just one quick, unless you've got something afterwards. I've just got one quick news item. Beer is equal to wet bread. This is true. Where did my notes go? I'm learning this program, and I'm putting notes in. There we go. There's my notes. Where'd it go? I love technology. I love to be good at it. Half-Life 3 is confirmed, and we may get Half-Life 3 before GTA 6. GTA 6 gets like a couple trailers and a release date, and then they push back the release date, and then like a day later, there's leaks that are like, yeah, Half-Life 3 is pretty much ready to go. And people have been waiting for Half-Life 3 since full adults have been born since Half-Life 2 came out. Maybe not full adults, but
I know nothing about Half-Life.
Yeah.
GTA 6, I'm not surprised. My headcanon, it was always 2026.
Yeah.
So.
Like I started playing, I got GTA 5 when I got a secondhand PlayStation 4. And I thought it was a brand new game. And then I found out later, I was like, oh no, the game had already been out for like 5 years. At least by the time I got it. And it's been going on ever since. And I'm not super hyped for GTA 6. Like, sorry. Like, people are going to come for me in the comments for that. But I'm just like, I don't know.
I only am because I like running people over. I just learned there were story modes in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole story aspect. I was like, wait, you're not supposed to just run people over for points?
No.
That's how I played.
No, yeah, same. I had GTA 5 and just put in the codes. And if I didn't want to deal with the codes, I would just like steal somebody's motorcycle and ride around. But I would do that. I'm just like sitting in my apartment, riding around on GTA 5 on a motorcycle, going, I could just leave my apartment and do that. Like I could do that right now.
But you can't run people over in real life.
Especially not with the bike I had at the time. I probably would have hurt the bike more than the person.
And isn't that the fun of Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Running people over. And taking a baseball bat to people.
Yeah, definitely. So, but I really only wanted to bring that up because I know for a fact it really annoyed somebody on Threads when I made a post about it. Like, offhand, took me 2 seconds to make this post, and somebody jumps in the comments like,
yeah, only Reddit trolls make fun of GTA 6 taking a long time and a Half-Life. I'm like,
I didn't
It's
say
a joke.
anything. I was like, it's a joke. Like, people get so wrapped up in their own little fandoms, and they have to get angry about it with people on the internet. Like, what are you?
I'm not guilty of that.
You have very correct takes, though. Like, you have well thought out, like, you say things that make sense that people should actually listen to, which is why you have a TikTok slapping these people down. Like, you're being dumb. Here, sit down.
The dumb Valley Girl voice now.
I haven't seen that one yet. I don't have TikTok. So if you don't, if I don't see it in like a regular.
I did yesterday. Oh my God. A&W doesn't tell stories. And then I was like, it's not my fault. You have zero comprehension skills.
I just sound like Mercedes Monet. That's brilliant.
It's like, I'm just going to go like full ridiculous right now because that's how ridiculous takes are. So.
No, yeah. You got to just lean into it if you're going to do it.
Yeah. I'm just going to be ridiculous. I mean, It's a gimmick. So.
Very true. Very true. Did you have any
news?
I just wanted to call out that dork without actually giving them any oxygen.
I have nothing except that
nothing?
Willow is in a contract here, and now I'm
I saw that too.
I don't think I can handle.
They can't let her go, and I think she's smart enough to know like there's nothing for her anywhere else.
No, and Lance Storm said it too. He was like, "They'll keep her."
Friend of the show, Lance Storm. I wish. He's talked to me once on Threads, and I was like, "Oh, he's noticed me." I was like, "Oh, don't mark out about this, dude. Like you're a grown adult. Don't freak out about Lance Storm."
I only learned about him because, like, I'm new to wrestling, right? Like, wrestling's been the last 6 years for me. Mm-hmm. So I went on this deep rabbit hole.
Nice.
When I saw Lance Storm, and like learned all about him.
Nice.
Because I was like, well, if I'm going to talk to him, I have to know something.
Yeah.
Like turning up old matches. Went a little deep there. But
no, that's a good way in. Like Lance Storm, people usually don't like stumble across him until, a little later on in their journey if they're coming into it fresh. So that's a solid entrance.
It was a great way to learn about like that era of wrestling too.
That era and that style.
Yes.
And one of the original kickpad boys.
Did not know that.
One of the first I remember, him and X-Pac were the first couple I remember rocking the kick pads, which we talked about on the Hard Way a couple weeks back. we just went on a whole tangent about kick pads. Cryptid Racketeer in the chat. If I didn't make so many friends, I'd say the internet was a mistake. Yeah, I think the internet was a great idea. I sometimes wonder if we made it too easy to use.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember when I got on the internet, you had to kind of know what you were doing. You had to listen to a transformer scream for its life every time you logged on to a 56K modem. You had to actually like find people that were cool in like chat rooms and forums and places like that. It all went downhill after Angel Fire left us. Yeah, Angel Fire and GeoCities that was the sweet spot, I think.
I feel like a dumb millennial. I have no idea what that is. I was too busy on the CW.
I'm a millennial. I'm just old. I'm an old millennial.
Warner Brothers used to have a chat, like a forum for their TV shows, in which I sat there and I trolled Connor from Angel before trolling was a thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
No wonder why I'm a troll now. I've been doing it since high school.
Yeah.
Or maybe even middle school at that point, but
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, I miss forums sometimes.
Me too. Like, we have Discord, but like
yeah.
Discord. Not Discord, Reddit.
Yeah, we got Reddit, but it's
you can get banned from some wrestling sites for being AEW tribalistic.
Oh yeah. Just this, that's the bad tribalistic. I do miss forums, and I know they're still around. I love the fact they're still around. Like, somebody is still paying for the hosting for like weird forums that nobody has posted on since 1997. Because I find the weirdest answers to random questions I have, and I look at the post and it's like, I got a old Toyota. I'm looking for advice on how to fix something on it. And just like some post from 1998 is like, oh yeah, man, if you lift this up over here and pull this latch over on that side, you'll be fine. Like, I'm
gonna go like deep web searching later.
Oh yeah,
see if I can find anything.
Yeah, you'll find so much stuff. That's how most that's how if you remember Lars Sullivan from NXT, that's how you get canceled. They found old he was a wrestler from NXT's like golden era, but he was kind of a
so that was like prior to me getting into wrestling.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
But my wrestling knowledge is really 6 years and then some Monday Night Wars. And Landstorm.
Yeah, like somebody he used to post in bodybuilding forums, and somebody found some of his old posts to where he was like saying really creepy stuff about Stephanie McMahon and really bad stuff about certain minority groups and yeah.
Yikes.
So that got him.
Heaven's Gate, as in the cult.
The Heaven's Gate website is still active. Who's keeping that up?
I think I knew. I think there's someone still. I think there's people. I get deep into like cult stuff. I don't know why.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure it's someone who's still a part of Heaven's Gate is keeping it up just in case.
So they're the gatekeeper?
Basically. The original gatekeeper.
The original gatekeeper. That's so wild. Oh, yep, there we go.
I have no idea why I know that.
I left a guy behind to keep it running. Wow, that's...
my useless cult knowledge.
Yeah.
If you need information on cults and coins, I have them.
Coins?
Coins, yes.
Just any kind of coins or like...
Not so much like current currency, but like silver dollars and old coins. The company I used to work for, we created direct mail for coin packages.
Okay.
So I know a lot about, do you know the first non-president to appear on a coin is Franklin Roosevelt? Franklin. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That was a teaser on an outer envelope for years, and now I can't remember it.
So the envelopes had like fun facts on them.
Yes, sometimes. Or just said, open now. Or there's a silver panda offer in here.
Ooh, I want that one. I want a silver panda.
Every year, countries, including the United States, do bullion, which is like $1, silver dollar. And Australia and Fiji and Canada and China all do different versions. So like China will always have a different version of a panda.
Okay. Is there a purpose for the coin, like for minting that coin, or is it just
it's a collector item?
Just as a collectible. Okay.
It's pure silver, so it's a collector's item that can be sold for silver later on.
Okay, cool.
Even though they're highly advised not to do that anymore, because that's how we have not a lot of old coins anymore.
Yeah.
Prior to World War I, they all had a lot of silver and gold, and
interesting.
They've been destroyed.
Yeah. No, like I like
knowledge about coins.
I like weird hobbies. I like knowing about people's weird hobbies. Like, I think that's fun. Like, most of my hobbies are like, you look at me, you kind of guess, like, okay, well, he likes wrestling and, music and motorcycles and stuff. Like, oh, yeah, but like people are like, yeah, I'm into coins. I'm like, well, tell me about coins. I want to know about coins. What do you think about coins? I don't
It's such a random thing to know things about.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for my job, I would have nothing to know about coins. And now I work in banking, so I guess that makes
fun.
sense.
Yeah. We can carry on with coin talk if you want, or we can jump into the main topic for the day.
I don't have much else to say about coins other than don't get them melted down, because then we lose coins. And
yeah. What do you what if we get rid of the penny? I know there's been talk of that.
I'm actually on board for that.
Yeah.
I sold a penny collection. It was called LI2, the Lincoln Penny Collection. And because of the cost of one penny, all the coins cost $23.
What?
Yes. Because of the cost of one penny, which was like the first couple of pennies are worth money.
Yeah.
The rest of them, not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah.
And it does cost more to make a penny than it is
Just to have them.
to use it.
I mean, who take, like, you don't show up with like $100 worth of pennies. That's a lot of pennies.
I haven't had cash since the brewery I worked at closed. And that was just because I got tips.
Yeah, I'm always surprised when some place is cash only now. I'm like, who has cash?
Yeah.
My mom gets mad at me. She's like, why don't you ever have cash in your wallet? Who takes cash?
Yeah. Why would I have cash? If I get robbed, I lose all the cash.
Yeah, I can easily turn off a card.
Yeah, I can. I got an app on my phone. I just flip, and it's off. It's done. Like,
can't do that with cash. It's now stolen.
Yeah, you can't do that with cash. I was trying to think of like if there was like a way you could do that with cash. And I was like, well, if you had like a card that you kept your cash, and that's a credit card, so it doesn't.
The whole reason why that stuff was made.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. So we got to get into it because there's a lot of ground to cover. This is the State of the Galaxy address. We're going to talk about Star Wars. What we think about Star Wars.
Sorry.
Okay.
The back room does not get as much air conditioner.
Oh, gotcha.
I went from being freezing to hot.
That will happen. So, I love Star Wars. I love all of it. It's all Star Wars. It's the Star Wars and pizza theory. It's either good or it's great. I like all the ingredients. Just mix them up and give it back to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also kind of like Mexican food. Or at least Tex-Mex around here. It's all the same ingredients. Just mix them up in different ways and give it to me. I'm going to eat it.
Yes.
I'm going to gorge
I'm
myself
going to consume all Star Wars content.
Yeah.
I've even watched some of not Rebels. Rebels is my favorite. Rebellion. Even though I found it a little too.
Is that the which one is that? That's the where they're
it's like
Fighter Squadron.
Kind of. It has Poe Dameron in it, and
Poe's in it.
Yeah.
I didn't know Poe was in it.
Yeah, but it's very much for kids.
I know, but
it's like very kid-centric, and I had a hard time. That was the only one I've had a hard time with, but like
that's kind of how I felt about Rebels, and I think I realized something about Rebels. It's not so much that it's like a little more kid-friendly, because the first season of Clone Wars was like that.
Oh, very kid-friendly, yeah.
Yeah. The animation's too rubbery.
I can see that. When I first watched,
everything flexes like Gumby, and I'm like, no, I don't like that. That looks weird. Like I did like the kind of more stiff Clone Wars and Bad Batch animation.
Yeah, I devoured Rebels.
Yeah,
because I love Ahsoka.
Well, yeah, it's got so many cool
So-
story beats I want to get into, but I'm just like, oh, I gotta like pace it so I don't like.
Especially for Ahsoka season 2, because I think we're
Yeah.
getting more Thrawn. So like, yeah.
Yeah. Just anybody listening right now, like we're going heavy on Star Wars. I've seen all of Andor that's out right now. She hasn't, so we're not going
I'm
to talk
not.
about that too much, except for probably some season 1 stuff. But if you're not caught up on a lot of Star Wars, probably not the episode for you, unfortunately. But near the end, I've got a bunch of questions lined up. We'll go through those.
Oh, no.
No, they're all. I mean, most of them are directed to me. There's one for both of us, Star Wars related.
Oh, okay, good. 'Cause the last time I did that, I kept getting yelled at about Stardom, and I was like,
wow!
I don't know if I'm ever going to do this again.
I didn't expect to get so many questions. Like usually,
I wasn't either.
I'll put that up and I'll get like 3 questions, or like there's 3 random things. I'll answer them, and I was like, hey, I might do this on the show, and then there's like every 10 minutes there's a notification like, oh, okay, it's.
Becomes a little like nerve wracking.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, these better be good.
And I start reading them. I'm like, am I going to be weirded out, creeped out, or annoyed?
Yeah. I looked ahead at some of them, so I'm like, okay,
you know what to expect. Yeah.
I know what to expect at least, and I can kind of get some answers together in my head somewhat. But anyway, yeah. So I was okay. Kind of led into it. Talk about Ahsoka, because that is probably the next thing out, right?
Yes.
Next
and
series after Andor.
I think maybe. I know they started filming.
Yeah.
Like when they first announced that, I think I lost my mind. Because she was my favorite. Like an unhealthy. It was always used to be Leia. I used to say I want to be Princess Leia, but with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
It was my dream. Like I hated Luke Skywalker from a kid. He was whiny. I didn't like him.
That's a Skywalker thing.
He's a Skywalker thing.
Yeah. People watching the prequels like Anakin's too whiny. Like,
did you not see Luke?
Yeah.
Why had someone say Luke's not whiny? I said Luke's not whiny. What? Because he said I don't hate sand.
Yeah.
Did you see how he talked to his uncle?
To pick up some power converters.
God, he was so whiny.
Yeah.
He makes Anakin not look whiny.
Yeah, he makes Anakin look like a very well-adjusted man.
Yeah, and Anakin has more reason to be whiny.
Yeah. That episode's haircut.
Yeah. I mean, ripped away from his mother, a baby that was basically created just to bring balance to the Force. I mean,
yeah,
he had no future other than what the Force decided for him.
Yeah, predestined.
Yeah.
No,
the Jedi Council constantly did him wrong.
Yeah.
And then Palpatine used him.
Yeah.
Anyone could be whiny. I'm an Anakin sympathizer.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with Hayden Christensen. Or everything to do with Hayden Christensen.
Well, somebody pointed it out to me that people talk about his acting and like his vocal inflections are kind of flat or whatever about that. And I was like, yeah, but then they were like, but watch his face.
Mm-hmm.
His facials when he's acting are so good.
So good. And I don't think people give him, he was very young when Attack of the Clones came out.
And also, let's get this out of the way real quick too. George Lucas is not a good director.
He's not. Everyone that goes
script writer.
Oh, George Lucas should have wrote the sequels. You hated the prequels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Up until the sequels, everyone hated the prequels. Said George Lucas can't direct. George Lucas can't write. Mm-hmm. And now you want him back? He sold to Disney because people hated him.
Yeah. Everything you liked about the original trilogy was Lawrence Kasdan and his wife doing the editing.
Yeah. Oh, I can get on my Star Wars soapbox for hours about.
This is what we're here for. Go.
Fake.
This is
I
you got.
chose 2 of the most toxic fan bases to be fans of.
Mm-hmm.
There's every single day I'm being told I'm not a real fan of something. So.
Yeah. No, that's why I was like, you're the person that I need I have other, I knew other people that are into Star Wars. I could get them on here, but I was like, no,
This is my I constantly to myself am quoting, I have brought peace, justice, freedom, and security to my new empire. Like, that is something I say to myself daily. Like, I do the whole thing.
like take out the trash and just quote that.
Your new empire. Don't make me kill you. Like, and I never realized it was a thing till I got on like TikTok and everyone's talking about it. I go, oh, so we're all just involved that this is like
everybody
a great
does. I'm gonna do that next time I change the litter box. I've brought peace to my empire.
Your new empire. It was great, and everyone wonders why. Like, Anakin and Obi-Wan are two of the most sassiest people I've ever met, and I think that's why that scene worked so well.
Oh yeah, and that's another reason that like I'm really glad the Clone Wars series happened, because you really only got that brotherly sass off back and forth in Episode 3.
Yes,
their whole rescue mission, and then the aftermath of that when they're bantering about the how many times you saved his life, and that doesn't count. It doesn't count. Like, I loved that. That was so good. I was like, yes, I want more of that. And then they gave us a whole show.
Like in a very long show. Like, Clone Wars itself did so much for Phantom Menace was the first Star Wars movie I saw in theaters. So obviously those are always going to have, I think, more of a. See, this is okay. I don't want to step on what you're going. I'm just going to put in. I really like talking to people that got into Star Wars from the prequels, because I saw the sequel. I saw the original series as a kid. I am no longer speaking to my dad, partly because he's gaslighting me into saying he's never showed me Star Wars. And I'm like, no, you did, because I had a crush on Harrison Ford from Indiana Jones. I was like 8.
Yeah. Oh, my dad took me out of school when the special editions hit theaters. It was just like, I think he just realized one day, he was like, you're not good at playing catch. So I'm going to start getting you into nerdy stuff. So he just like, he got me into Highlander and Star Wars and Star Trek. And he was like, one of these is going to stick.
Yeah, I just started watching Star Trek. And I can't believe it took me so long, because they're two very different shows. One's sci-fi, one's space fantasy. And that's that. They're two different. Okay,
well, that brings up a thing. Sorry, I took you off track of what you were...
I don't even remember where it was.
We're going to put a pin in what you think
Clone
about
Wars.
Clone Wars. I just want to put a pin in what we think about Star Wars going a little more science fiction, because it feels like it's kind of stuff outside of the Jedi stuff is getting a little more to like straight sci-fi.
Yeah, Andor, the Mandalorian, all kind of have
all that. Yeah. But go back to we were talking about Clone Wars.
Clone Wars did so much for those movies, and made everyone like kind of appreciate the story. That was a lot to fit into 3 movies.
Yeah.
So you were never going to see the full extent of that little boy turning into the biggest, baddest villain in all of movie history in 3 movies.
No, that's too
there
much
was no
ground
way.
to cover.
Where even like as you get to Anakin's fall in the Clone Wars, you see it so much more, to the point where like even Hayden Christensen has said like that voice actor did an incredible job.
Oh yeah, who was that? I
forgot his name.
Somebody.
He was incredible. Like, I'm personally a fan of the guy who played Maul, because he just has so much fun with fans.
Yeah.
And streaming Kenobi.
Maul was the guy from Force Unleashed, I think. Checking the chat real quick. Star Wars universe kind of allows for any genre of story to be told, and I love that for it. Yeah, that is the thing I want to talk about on this. Like, there's so many types of stories that you can plug into that universe. Look at Skeleton Crew is the Goonies in space. Do you love that show as much as I do?
I loved it because it was just so light and fun, and it felt like the Goonies. It was just
I heard somebody say it's a Muppet movie, and everybody is a Muppet except for Jude Law.
I can actually see that.
Just the way the kids act.
I would say maybe maybe Muppet Babies more.
Yeah.
Because again, they were
Yeah,
kids.
they're all children. Yeah.
But yeah, Star Wars fans annoy me because the hatred for Skeleton Crew and
Are they hating on Skeleton Crew?
there was probably.
How?
Why were they hating on the Acolyte? Who?
Like,
I loved it because I like the High Republic.
yeah.
So
I
I
like the
loved
Acolyte.
that weird. I liked that both of those shows kind of touched on. Like, it just occurred to me while rewatching The Acolyte that the planet destruction that they were talking about was from the first High Republic book. And I was like, how did I miss that?
Oh yeah, they tied all that stuff together, didn't they?
And I was like, oh my god, I love this.
See, I liked the Acolyte. I think it had some just like pacing and structural issues with the story because I think they were really expecting a season 2 at least.
Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to set up all these things, have bigger payoffs, and they didn't get the chance to because weird dorks online didn't like it. We
could have had Darth Plagueis. Oh my god, I can't say his name. Darth Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
On like screen and like becoming his mean, awful self and clearly learning how to manipulate the Force into getting someone pregnant.
Yeah.
But no, it breaks canon. It is Space Wizards.
We were this close to greatness.
Like
weird dorks online. Oh, it's woke. Shut up. You don't even know what that word means.
Star Wars itself was always woke, which they clearly
the whole time.
Like, you never paid attention. This is how democracy dies with thunderous applause. If that's not woke.
Yeah.
But the prequels were never considered woke.
Yeah. Watch all the stuff on Andor about the local militia resistance and tell me what that's supposed to be about, thinking about when that movie was made and written. What do you think that's actually about?
I mean,
what is that drawing from?
Star Wars itself was made as an anti-Vietnam movie.
Yeah.
Was it not?
Vietnam,
so like
the whole thing, yeah.
Like, but it's not woke. It's now woke.
Yeah, now it is.
People act like old movies were woke. Have you watched The Sound of Music?
Okay.
I don't like The Sound of Music. I just watched it for the first time in the last couple of years. He's literally ripping a flag, like a Nazi flag, in the movie.
I didn't know anything. I did not know that about The Sound of Music until I watched it. All I knew about The Sound of Music was like, oh, she's teaching these kids how to sing, and they're in a field, and she's playing a little lute or
That's why I never wanted to watch it. I was like, I don't care about
nothing. And I went into it, and it was like, okay, this is exactly what I thought it was. And then about halfway through it, I was like, whoa, that took a turn. All right. That got real dark. Dark. Real quick.
Quick, too, yeah.
Yeah. Oof. That's the thing is, I think most people just, they watch about the first half of something, and then they get distracted by something else, and they think everything is
all happy-dory.
All happy-dory, and they don't get to where things like, oh, this takes a turn, it tells a story. This is set up, and then there's a story, and then there's a payoff, and there's a resolution.
We're living in the TikTok era where everything needs to be under a minute.
Yeah. Props on you for being able to figure out how to navigate that. I can't,
because I can't get things past a certain views. If I talk strictly about Kenny Omega, it skyrockets. And it's usually for people going, Kenny Omega is never going to be great. No. You're going to argue with me about Kenny Omega?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't dare. I don't. No.
Yeah, I can't figure out TikTok for the life of me.
You're doing better than I am at it. I'm not even trying. But all right. Back to
Star Wars.
Back to Star Wars. I don't remember where we left. Star Wars is just tangents. It's just tangents.
It is tangents, which is like it tracks because I feel like sometimes in the movies they're tangents and then you'll all of a sudden get back on track.
Yeah, and now we're trying to get back on track. We're talking about the Acolyte. As pacing structure, yeah, they should have had a season 2.
Yeah, they should have had a season 2.
I think
Apparently, there's a book coming.
Yeah,
To try and.
I just think there's a lot. There's a lot of good stuff in the High Republic era. I'm probably not going to sit down and read the books. I'm just being honest about that.
I'm doing them. I keep buying them on Audible. That's how I'm doing them now. Because someone's doing the sound effects too, so you're hearing peep peep peep.
Oh yeah, I've been listening to the Thrawn books, and I got through the first of the new Thrawn, but it's really good. But just the narrator narrates all the incidental stuff where just explaining text, so you're going to hear Thrawn said a lot.
Oh,
yeah, it's going to be at the Thrawn said.
Maybe I'll wait till they do the not the graphic novel version, but they do a different version where it's more acted out.
Well, they do. They have the narrator does different voices, and there's all the sound effects and all that kind of stuff, and it's very very engaging. But yeah, it's just like every time Thrawn says something,
Thrawn said,
or somebody said.
You can tell by your voice.
Yeah, and I know you're doing a Thrawn voice. It's very distinct.
Yeah, I when I was rewatching the sequels the other day, I was like, "What happened to Thrawn? Where was Thrawn?
Yeah,
where was Ezra? Like, I can't wait for season 2 of Ahsoka just so I can know where Thrawn was. Like Thrawn might be my second favorite villain in Star Wars.
I want to see more Thrawn. I need to see more Captain Enoch because that's my favorite helmet. Like I was really set on getting a Mandalorian helmet,
and now
I'm like, I need a Captain Enoch helmet. That thing is just a stormtrooper helmet with a gold death mask. Like that's cool. That's cool. That is a rule of cool, and that's Star Wars can be cool and fun. It doesn't always.
It can.
Because there's another one of the things I get annoyed with. Some Star Wars fans are like, well, it's just this scene was just all like action and lightsabers and stuff exploding. I'm like, yeah, that's fun. You can have fun in it.
You can, not everything.
Not everything has to be like Yoda and Dagobah, like teaching about the Force. Like sometimes I want to see Palpatine shoot lightning in the air and blow up ships and stuff.
I still think the best part of the prequels was the lightsaber battles because,
so good.
I love seeing the Jedi at their height like that.
Yeah.
It is such a different feeling watching Yoda do that kind of stuff and Anakin with his weird, here's my lightsaber. It was just such because you don't really get that in the sequels either because it's we're doomed to repeat history. But it's why I want to see more High Republic and Old Republic stuff come out too, because I'm like, give me more of that Jedi at their, even though I'm not going to say at their height, because I think the Jedi were always flawed. And I think anyone who says that the Acolyte,
the heights they could have hit, given their it makes me laugh when people say that in the Acolyte it showed the Jedi were flawed, not them destroying Anakin Skywalker in the prequels. It's been part of the story, baked into the story the entire time of and then people get mad at the sequels because they show the ultimate we don't really need to restart the Jedi Order because it's always been a terrible idea.
I can't wait to see the movie with Rey.
Yeah.
And see how because she's probably, I know people hate the term gray, but she is probably the most gray we're going to see. And just someone who's willing to not be super.
Yeah. I like the concept of somebody that is not a straight Jedi, straight Sith. Yeah. I just don't like the gray Jedi thing because it just reminds me of so many internet forum edgelords.
Yes.
So it's like, I'm a gray Jedi. I'm not good or evil.
I always said I would probably be a Sith because it seems more fun.
Yeah.
But I probably have some good side tendencies too. I probably wouldn't go storm the Jedi Temple and kill younglings, but
Oh yeah. Okay, but so in the Acolyte, what's his name? The stranger.
Jason Mendoza.
Yeah.
I never learned his name because I just called him Jason Mendoza the whole time.
So like he's
I know it starts with a Q. I can
Yeah.
spell it. Qmir. I can spell it.
Kemir, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So like
But he was Jason Mendoza.
like he's Sith enough, and he's if you discount the murders, he's a pretty redeemable character.
Yes. And I think we might have seen his redemption.
Yeah.
If people didn't destroy it. I think I'm mad because that was the first time I ever went, oh wow, Jason Mendoza. And I was like, how dare you take that away from me?
Yeah. Why are you acting like this? You're not gonna go to the good place if you keep acting like this.
I think I kept saying, I said, now I know why he's in the bad place. It wasn't because he tried to steal from a taco restaurant. It was because of this.
Yeah, is that triple shot with the tiny lightsaber in a little the youngling.
Oh, I
was like, whoa, that is a yep, that one's dead. Like I've seen some you think Darth Maul like gets cut in half, like yeah, he's dead, yeah, but then he comes back.
He comes back.
Okay, well, that's not okay. That's not. And then other people get stabbed through the stomach, and like, well, they came back, and then, but you see that when you're like, yep, that's a
you're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead. Yeah.
Speaking of Darth Maul, did you see what I think it came out again because everyone complaining about the sequels was George Lucas's original plan for the sequels?
No.
And it was going to be Luke and Leia did end up still having twins, which obviously is legends, not canon. And it was going to be the girl twin.
Luke and Leia?
Oh no! Oh my God! Leia and Han.
George, it's too late for that. George.
No, Han and Leia were gonna have twins.
Okay.
And none of them are gonna turn to the dark side.
Okay.
But the daughter was going to face crime lord syndicate Darth Maul, as he was in in Solo.
Okay. I still need to watch Solo. That's the one I keep forgetting about.
Oh God, it's so good.
Is it good?
Plus, it's Donald Glover as Lando, and I didn't think I could love Lando anymore. And then there was Donald Glover as Lando. Oh, if you can tell what my favorite shows are, by who I like as actors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
People give it a lot of crap, but it was fun, and that's at the end of the day. If I'm having fun with Star Wars succeeded.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason I didn't watch Solo is because everybody was like, yeah, it's kind of mid, but nobody was like, it's fun though.
It's so fun.
Like if somebody was at least like, yeah, but it's fun, I'd be like, yeah, cool, let's go.
It is. I thought it was so fun. I don't mind it is one I rewatch probably more than Rogue One. I have a hard time, and I think why I'm having delays in watching Andor is I know how it ends.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Rogue One is not one I constantly could rewatch because I get so sad.
Yeah. I'll say this, when I said earlier, like I couldn't watch wrestling this week because Andor expended my emotional bandwidth.
I am so worried now to watch it because I am going to break my chronological rewatch to watch it once it's all out. And
prepare yourself.
I mean, I already know what's happening, so I'm like, I watch those shows with utter sadness already.
Oh yeah,
so
I knew it was going to
why
happen.
are you making me love these? Why are you making me love some of these characters?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the part that really gets you because you know what's going to happen and you can't do anything about it. You just have to sit back and watch.
Yeah, so now something I do while I'm watching like Rogue One and like the sequels is I play the Can I Spot Rebels talk, like things from Rebels because you can see Hera's ship from Rebels in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah,
and obviously Rogue One you hear her ship gets mentioned.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so are we going to maybe see Hera in Andor?
It leads straight into it.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
And we have one more season after this, which is obviously going.
There's 3 episodes left.
That's okay, I thought there was another season.
No. They just released them as like chunks of episodes.
Oh God,
They're
really messing with our. Kathleen Kennedy hears everything negative people say, and is like, "I'm going to torture every single one of you until you respect me."
Yeah. Oh, did you hear she got fired 5 times last week?
I didn't. I'm not surprised. And Dave Filoni's probably taking her place, even though George Lucas handpicked Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. Everyone's Kathleen Kennedy hates it's dumb. It's so dumb.
She's also responsible for so many great movies outside of Star Wars. I want to keep saying Starbucks. Star Wars. She's responsible. Like, if you look at her IMDb, she is responsible for so many great movies.
Mm-hmm.
So the hate for her, of her not being a good producer, is just so, like, most hate within Star Wars is forced.
Oh yeah, forced.
I can make Star Wars puns out of a lot of things if I'm very witty.
Well, I gotta. There we go. I just realized my lighting was very intense. I was looking at I was like, God, I'm shiny. That's not right. So we talked about the
Mandalorian.
Yeah, we even touched Mandalorian.
Oh.
I've been my YouTube algorithm will serve me up the little clips. Little clips you'll get between videos, 30-second things. It's just all clips from Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. I was like, I'll watch that. I'll watch that. I'll watch that all day.
Every day.
10 of those.
To me, The Mandalorian was just, it hit at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like nothing, like, I have Pedro Pascal and Grogu. Like, thank you.
Yeah. So did you prefer Drifter Problem of the Week Mandalorian or the overarching story that developed later?
Given what I grew up watching, like, I was a Buffy fan, I watched Charmed, like, so I've always been, I like little tiny stories in between an overarching story. Yeah. So I did prefer the overarching, especially when you're bringing the other Mandalorians into it. Like, when Bo-Katan got on my screen, I died.
Yeah.
Like, I physically, like, died. And for it to be Kate was just like,
yeah,
there was no one else to play her. And so Mandalore itself is such an intriguing concept to me that I could just watch a whole show about Mandalorians.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I did. I thought that was really cool too. I just, because I knew there were some people that were like, oh, I kind of like the, lone drifter kind of thing. And be like, yeah, but you gotta
he has a child now.
He's a dad. He's Pedro Pascal. He's a sad dad. He has to raise his child by himself.
He is going to obviously need backup.
Yeah.
As someone who likes world building, so I like when they.
Well, you're a Star Wars fan. Star Wars invented world building, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I would argue maybe Lord of the Rings, but.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just thinking as far as like
movie, like
movies and televised stuff. Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone who doesn't like Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, I know people.
Even people say they're constantly reconning themselves.
Yeah. I don't understand the people that don't watch Star Wars because I don't understand how they understand pop culture.
Yeah, neither. Like, when someone goes, "I've never seen Star Wars," how?
Yeah. How do you get jokes? How do you watch Family Guy and get anything that's said on that show? Like, literally anything. There's 5 jokes an episode that are Star Wars related, even if they're not like explicit, and they just blow over your head and you don't think about it. Because I've had people tell me later, they're like, "Yeah, I finally watched Star Wars." I was like, "Yeah, what do you think?" And I was like,
even Ted.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane is the biggest dork there is.
Yeah. He made his own Star Trek.
I still, to this day, Orville is a comfort show and is why I watch Star Trek.
I need to watch Orville because I've heard from my friends that were big Star Trek nerds that were like, yeah, it turned into the best Star Trek show.
Mm-hmm. It is the best Star Trek show.
Cool.
Like down to the ship designs. Like,
yeah, I've got so much Star Trek to catch up on.
Me too.
I watched Next Generation when it was on, when it was actually airing, because I'm old. And then DS9 started, and I was like, okay, that's more my speed. Like, and I like the vibe of DS9. It's just like, oh, this is just this weird the apartment complex in space full of people trying to get along. And I want to go back to, that's what I want to go back to, because I feel like I'll get more out of that show.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not Star Wars.
I was taught it was either Star Wars or Star Trek. And then I watched the new movies and I was like, these are very different.
Yeah. This
is Earth in the future. And this is far, far away in a galaxy. Far, far away. They are not the same.
No, not at all. Not at all. Okay, there's the full circle thing about Star Wars now moving into a more of a science fiction.
I love it. I think it builds Star Wars to be more than Space Wizards.
Yeah. And I think that's what we need right now in Star Wars.
Yeah, you need more of the, especially if they're going to start fixing some of the issues people say are with like the sequels and leading up to these different movies, making them a little bit more sci-fi and like breaking down how things happen is a smart thing for them to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think there's the smart thing to do right now would be, if they don't already have it going, they need to start putting together an animated series that fills in gaps for the sequels like Clone Wars did for the prequels.
Did you see my comment section? I was basically called stupid. There's not enough time. They can make 2 seasons out of a year. Yeah. Or like 2 seasons out of, they're like, it's 3 months. Okay, you can have a month and a half long season arc.
How's there? Andor, every 3 episode chunk of Andor is 1 year. And there's a time skip. There's a little time skip between them. They can tell whatever stories they want in the time they have.
They're like, well, for the prequels, they just had so much time in between. They can easily fill in those 3 months in between Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker in either a mini series or like a couple season arc.
Yeah. And the series doesn't even have to do with anything that was in the movies.
Anything. Yeah.
It could just take something from, it can take Benicio del Toro's character and do a 3 episode arc about him.
Yeah. And just to build some of these other characters and
build
or how Bill Weasley became a spy.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is Han have issues with Conja Club?
Yeah. How did he lose the Millennium Falcon? Yeah. These are questions I have.
Yeah. And that's the thing Star Wars has always done since the beginning. There was somebody wrote an entire story explaining how the dude on Bespin with the ice cream maker, when he runs around a corner when they're trying to evacuate, who that dude is and what the machinery in his hand is supposed to be. There's stories for random people in a cantina scene from A New Hope. That's what Star Wars always does.
It has always been.
That's the best part of it.
As much as Star Wars is about your main characters, it's also about the side characters and that's kind of thing why I liked Rebels so much, because it felt more like the side characters.
Yeah.
That you never really got to see. And it was able to build new lore and because they were literally side characters. Some Star Wars fans just need to touch grass.
Yeah, they need to roll around in it and
breathe the fresh air.
Just get outside for a minute. Get your order a couple lightsabers from Level Up Sabers. Check them out on Threads. This is not a plug or anything. If you hear it though,
I do need a lightsaber.
if you hear me though, like I'd love to. I've got a little. Hold on. So,
my biggest mistake as a Star Wars fan is not having a lightsaber yet, and it's because I keep going. I'm going to go to Disney, and I'm going to make my first.
you're
lightsaber.
gonna make it. No, I just have a toy one. I just have a little plastic like.
Somewhere in the other room, I have a Darth Maul one that I found at Goodwill that does not work.
Oh no!
But I'm like, if I'm gonna buy like a good lightsaber, I'm gonna make it,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna go make myself two droids. I'm gonna get an R2 and a BB-8 unit,
Nice.
and then I'm gonna come home with no money.
So I was trying to figure out how to step brother-in-law, I guess is the I don't really know. My mom remarried and his daughter's husband.
Step brother-in-law.
Step brother-in-law, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He was in a droid builders club.
Oh, stop!
They made R2s.
That's awesome.
I think that he helped rebuild a land speeder, a New Hope land speeder.
That is so cool.
And he told me that the little in episode 3, the little tusks on Vader's helmet, the little silver nubs on the bottom of the helmet. He had a friend that was working for LucasArts and they couldn't find any. He was like, "I got some," and sent them over.
That's so cool.
So he's like those were his little piece. Like he was all into this stuff.
Oh God, I love that. I wish I was that skilled.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, you and me both. If I had the time and money and I could learn the skills, but I think it's the time and money to put into doing it.
Yeah.
I'd love to do some like cosplay stuff, but I just
I will say when I get my lightsaber, I will be taking lightsaber classes.
Oh, you got to
because I'm going to learn how to use that thing. And
yeah. So I want.
What color kyber crystal would you get if you went to Disney and made your stuff?
So actually, this is a good time to we'll go and segue straight into the question. That's one of the questions. Let me pull up the app real quick.
I'm so clearly a Jedi.
Yeah. Where'd it go?
Clearly
okay.
A Jedi.
So yeah, we're doing a question and answer portion. Okay. What color lightsaber would y'all choose, and who is more likely to become a Sith? You go.
Well, I would definitely be a Sith. Have you seen me? Have you seen what I say to people?
You just said you'd be a Jedi.
No, I have Jedi powers, but I would be a Sith. But I would want purple. Yeah. I would want purple. Or yellow. I like the yellows, but I've always been... The moment I saw Mace Windu, I said purple, and I have not changed my mind all these years.
I do like the purple.
It's just cool. Like,
yeah. And it's... I don't know. Yeah, I think you'd have to fight him for it. I think that's like a once a generation, like... You have to actually take his lightsaber. You have to duel him and
I would.
defeat him and then take it. Yeah.
Well, he's already dead. So.
Oh yeah, you just got to go to like Coruscant and find it. Probably probably in a black market somewhere.
Coruscant's gone. Coruscant died. Anyway. Right? Isn't that who they killed with their new Death Star? In The Last Jedi?
No, they moved the capital.
Oh, okay.
It's a different system.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Coruscant. I was going to be so sad.
They brush over that so much that they don't really...
I just watched it, too.
Yeah. But yeah, it took me a couple times. I was like, is that not Coruscant? And I had to look it up, and it was like, oh, yeah, they moved to some other planet. I was like, okay, they're not going to kill...
Yeah, they're not killing Coruscant.
You need that. That's a good location.
Where's Cal going to go back to?
Right? See, and that's why I can't pick, because I every time I played Jedi Survivor or Fallen Order, I'm like, I'm just changing my lightsaber color every time I find a workbench.
I think they had a pink option, or maybe it was purple, and I was like, "Oh God, I'm such a girl."
Yeah. Well, they got like a magenta and purple, so it's like very close. They've got.
I'll go back between those two.
I need to do a replay because they have the party saber. for New Game Plus, which changes color every time you swing it.
Did not know that, and I may
Yep.
have to
It's
do it
New Game
again.
Plus.
I've been debating if replaying the games goes into my chronological order rewatch.
I mean, it kind of the games aren't really that long if you're not trying to hunt down all the boxes.
Which I didn't even do the last time because I just
Yeah.
wanted to finish the story.
Yeah, so I want to replay them though because I want to like. I felt disconnected from the story by the end because I'd spent so much time trying to 100% everything,
Yeah,
find all the gear.
yeah, and I loved the story in the last one, which is why I'm like, I need Jedi 3.
Yeah, I think it needs to happen. So I want to replay. I want to replay Survivor, but I want to do it like it's not a role playing game, but you get some choices. But I'm gonna like play a little more, at least combat wise, play a little more Sith style.
I was
And
very, very stabby. I was like,
Yeah, I was all.
pushing people off forts, pushing
Yeah.
people off the cliff.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That was all cross guard and blaster stance. Like that was the whole game.
yeah, I was like, there's no passive here.
Yeah, no.
So I would be a Sith if you can't.
Right.
I have no problem saying I'd push people off a cliff.
Yeah, I want to say like, oh yeah, I'm be a Jedi. But if somebody was like, hey, you'll never have to be in traffic again, be like, yeah, okay, and you can miss me like that. I know who I am. Who I am in traffic is probably my truest self. I can't deal with anything. I just want it all out of my way.
I am easily swayed, so I can see myself going to the dark side. And they have cookies. I don't know if you heard that.
I have heard that.
Yes.
Let's see what else we got here. Did Han shoot first? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why people don't want Han. He's literally a scoundrel. It is the whole point of
That's
Han's
his character.
to
Literally
be
the character.
an anti-hero. He shot first. Anyone
That's
who says
why he
otherwise,
gets a redemption arc.
yes,
You have to have people do bad things so you can redeem them later. That's how storytelling works.
Speaking of Han, I just said someone put a theory online that Indiana Jones takes place in Han Solo's dream while he's stuck in carbonite, and I'm like, headcanon.
Yeah. That's why there's one of the hieroglyphs in the temple is C3PO and R2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I have to go read. I have not watched Indiana Jones in so long because the last movie made me very not the crystal one, the last one, and I was like, I don't think I can handle how Harrison Ford is looking.
I haven't even touched the new ones. I don't. And I'm not one of those like, ooh, if it's going to ruin my enjoyment of the originals. Like, I'm not like that, but it's just like, I just don't wanna.
Yeah, no, Last Crystal almost ruined it.
Ugh, that bad, huh? Okay.
Yes. But this last one, Harrison Ford looked pretty old, and it was like, I don't like this. He's the only one we have right now. Please keep him wrapped in bubble. No, we have Mark Hamill. I like Mark Hamill. I hate Luke Skywalker.
Oh God. Let's see. There's another question. What is wrong with me? The more unhinged he gets, the more attractive Hangman gets.
Nothing. I completely agree.
Yeah, that's normal. That's completely normal. You're fine. Don't even worry about that. Is Samoa Joe going to end the Death Riders, or are we all waiting on Darby?
I don't think we're waiting on Darby.
No.
But I don't think it's not going to be Samoa Joe. I think it's either Hangman or Ospreay.
Yeah, I would love it to be Samoa Joe. I want this. Like, I love Moxley. I like what they were trying to do with this, but we gotta end it. It's
my new theory is it's not working because every time Moxley gets on screen, he's still cheered.
Mm-hmm.
People love John Moxley so much that even though the storyline's not the best, he's still beloved by fans. So,
well, yeah, because he can keep talking his way out of the corners they keep putting him in. He always finds a way to just like, yeah, but I'm going to do this, and you got to listen to me because I'm going to put this place on my back, and I'm John Moxley. They're like, yeah, cool, dude. I'm behind you. Let's go. Whatever, man.
I'll keep listening to you, but
yeah, cool.
It's time, but I think All In's the better place because it is the bigger stage.
Give him the big stage, take the title off of him, get it out of that briefcase, and let the man go on vacation.
I'm sure Renee just wants to give him a blood transfusion.
That's all the vacation is going to be, is just them in a hospital, and he's just getting like fresh blood.
Getting some tetanus shots too.
Bunch of tetanus shots, and just relaxing as much as he can possibly relax as a human being. What else we got here? Why is
Does that why is
it's all, why is
what?
why
Why is the sky blue?
Why because
Why is AEW the best?
Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah. Do you like crushing turts? This is why I had to look at these. It was like, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
This is why I started looking at some of these. I was like, but I do. Ever since probably 1987 or 88, when I got my NES and first booted up Mario Brothers. Yes. Crushing turts, running through the Mushroom Kingdom, saving princesses. Yeah. I'm into that.
Are they the little like
turtles?
Oh, the little turtles. Oh,
turts.
See, I would not have known their names.
Crushing turts. Yeah, I had to look it up. I had an Urban Dictionary, that one, so I could.
That was so much fun. I want to go to the new land just so I can pretend to jump on one.
Yeah, I've seen the videos and pictures. I'm like, yeah, it looks incredible.
Incredible. The Donkey Kong ride too. The way that is like tracked.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Universal.
I went to Universal before they actually had a lot of licenses.
Me too.
Like way back. Like they had Dueling Dragons. And it was just as medieval themed double roller coaster that two trains that weaved in and out of each other. Incredible.
I don't even think that was there when I went.
Yeah, this was
it was, I remember Earthquake and Jaws, and that was the extent of Universal.
Yeah. Oh, wait, are you talking about Florida or California?
Florida.
I'm talking about Florida. Did they have the? Oh wait,
it was or maybe it was an underground thing.
Did you go to Islands of Adventure or just Universal Studios?
I was literally probably 10. I have zero memory of this other than I met Aladdin at Disney and I turned bright red. So that's the extent of memories from that trip. And Jaws and that smell.
What?
And the smell of Jaws.
Oh,
for some reason, the smell of Jaws has never left me.
Oh, yeah. That's very distinct. Well, because I forget, like, Universal Studios and then Islands of Adventure are different admissions.
I think it might have been just Universal. Because I took a picture outside of the world. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, because Islands of Adventure is like, when I went, they had Marvel before Marvel got bought by Disney. So this is like early mid 2000s, and before they had all the Harry Potter license and all that stuff too. So that Dueling Dragons thing is probably like the Wizard's Test or whatever they call it, or whatever crap. Okay, what else we got here? There's a couple more questions I wanted to hit. Not a question, but your voice is way better than that Blade Daily guy. I mean, why would you say that on his birthday? Why would you say that on his birthday? That's weird.
I know.
He's got a good voice.
He does. He has a very like podcast radio voice.
He does. Yeah. He's got a good voice. Don't be mean to Blade. I like his voice.
Except he hates Canada.
I don't think he hates Canada. I think he's just afraid of Canadians. I think he just doesn't know what to do with that kind of kindness because he's always getting crapped on his podcasts.
Don't talk about my wife that way.
Huh?
Don't talk about my wifey that way. Come on. We share a husband.
Okay, what else we got here? I'm still not sure how these things work. Signed Neon Ghost. Yeah, you don't know how this works. It's anonymous, so you've already you failed.
Speaking of my
Okay.
other sharing a husband with,
Oh yeah.
we all share Kennedy.
Oh yeah. All right, now here's the one I saved for last. Does Danielson ever return to AEW, or is he just going to ride off into the sunset, never giving us closure?
No, he's already mentioned he's gonna return.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
just I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon. I think people need to actually let him recover. He's
Yeah.
only been out a year?
Yeah.
Like, right? Wrestle Dream?
When was it?
It was the one after
Wrestle Dream?
No, I think yeah, because they weren't gonna have him. Was it Wrestle Dream or the other one? Oh my god, this didn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm terrible with time and
Me too.
dates.
All
and
the
stuff.
last year's pay-per-views all have merged into one.
Yeah.
So I just know he won one and then he lost. And he only got
remember.
the belt because Tony Khan made him.
Yeah. It's like you're going to be champion. Just take
Whether
it.
you like it or not.
Take it.
Shut up. Take it.
Fine. You can lose every match until this one. And I'm gonna find a way to make you the number one challenger. Somehow. I honestly, you know what? I think that's why they had to get rid of the rankings, just because they had to find some way to make Bryan Danielson a legitimate competitor without having the rankings. Like, you can't just put him on and be like, he's 0-35.
And you know
He
someone
put over Mark Sterling. Like, what are you doing, Tony Khan? You can't have him change.
And you know that would have been like a major like discourse issue. Like, like even though it's Bryan Danielson,
Yeah.
I get his name constantly confused. I either call him Daniel or Bryan, depending on who I'm in.
Yeah.
They would have found a way to complain.
Oh, yeah. Everybody always going to find a way to complain.
Always.
Yeah. Star Wars fans, wrestling fans, always going to find a way to complain.
My chosen fandoms.
Right? It's like, why did I?
I literally realized the other day, I said, I chose the two most toxic. I did, on TikTok, am I the problem? Is it me? Am I the problem? Because I'm like, literally, I picked like the two fandoms where I get the most worked up over because of fans.
And you'll post. I've seen you post.
I get rage posty.
But I've seen you post pretty safe takes on things, and people
they find me,
and people just jump in and like
jump.
Yeah, just attack, and they're like, what are you jumping in on this for? Like, this is a like milquetoast take. Like, you would not have attacked anybody. You wouldn't attack me if I said that.
It's because I have an opinion as a woman.
Yeah, it's because your profile picture is your face and not Hangman's face.
Yeah,
like mine is.
I don't think I ever post anything. I'm now getting a little bit more just because I'm in my I'm definitely I've just hit a limit where it's like it doesn't matter what I post.
Yeah, anything you post.
Anything.
Yeah, somebody's gonna.
I can say there should be no tribalism, and someone would say, "Oh, but you don't like WWE." Yeah. I don't shit on it.
Well, tribalism is good because of this and this and this. So I'm like, shut up, dork.
Oh,
that's going to be a new bit on the show, by the way. Is just every time I'm calling dork, just looking at the camera. Yeah,
it's like my new Valley Girl accent because I'm up to here.
Yeah, like I keep saying on the shows, like I don't want to be like rage baity or, I don't have hot takes or whatever, but like I'm still going to call people out because some people just need to be called out for just being dorks.
Dorks, yeah.
Yeah.
Even my hot takes.
You look towards my camera too, like, oh, is there a camera over there?
I'm like, even my hot takes aren't that hot.
No, they're
people get mad when I say that.
They're not that hot. They're not like
I post far less controversial stuff than people have posted controversial stuff, and I've gotten more like.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. Like,
I'm at the point where I'm just blocking, and I'm like, or
No.
someone. I mean, don't forget, I was called the dictator because I blocked someone.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I'm surprised and almost a little disappointed that those dorks didn't follow you to the show.
I feel like they're
the
getting to
comment
know
section would be a
better.
lot more like fired up and just me blocking people constantly.
I feel like people are learning better because I'm not. I'm kind of being mean to people. I literally called someone dumb the other day. I was like, "That is the dumbest thing I've heard today."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm going to report you." Go right ahead.
Yeah. Fine.
I've been reported for worse.
Yeah. I don't give a
I've been reported for saying Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie ever. I'm sorry, from Order 66 on is the best. Like, you can't tell me that that's not peak Star Wars. And hey, I see you, Ghost. I see you.
I didn't even see that. Oh, chat got away from me. Hold on.
I'm telling Kenny, Ghost.
Reported. Who are you reporting to? It's my Twitch. Cryptid. I can be fired up if y'all want me to, but I like y'all. I like you too.
Rude.
Now you guys get active. See, this is like I always say, like, I'm going to do a tight hour on this episode. And it's like as soon as it gets past an hour, everyone's like, yeah, let's jump in the chat now.
Yeah.
Like, that's when everybody gets like talkative.
If you don't want to be sidetracked, don't ever have me on anything.
This
because I can sidetrack Bex, I've sidetracked Blade and Gina. I go all over the place.
It takes nothing to sidetrack Bex. It takes literally nothing.
Her and I went all over the place. I don't even think when I was talking to her, it made any sense. We were here, and here.
Oh, Ghost. I just stopped by to say hi. Yeah, I saw you started watching ROH as soon as this started, too.
I know, I saw that, too, and I was like, rude.
Yeah, rude. Cryptid started making dinner, so that's fine. I get that. Bex is insane. I love her. She's great.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah. I don't know why I decided that I was gonna like try to hold myself to like hosting duties and try to actually like wrangle a show together.
I personally think it's more fun when you go in different directions.
I do
because it's more like real life. It's more like real life.
Yeah, the conversations get more like actual, conversations and not just I got to hit these points and I got to get my clip for the socials that I can clip out of here and post places. And goes. I also had to eat dinner. Yeah, I got to eat dinner too. I'm gonna do it later.
I had wine for
make
dinner.
Plans. I haven't. I switched my beers. Now I'm on the still Foss Idol, and you can't. This is the Ragnarok. This is our signature IPA. And again, I'm not plugging things because I think they.
I like their names though. I mean, they're
great. Yeah. Well, the name of the brewery is called the Wolf's Den.
Is it for Game of Thrones? Because that's where my mind first went.
No, it's all very like.
Viking.
It's Viking, but not. It's Viking, but not in the that kind of Viking. Like the weird, like cringy kind of Viking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was having, despite the brown hair right now, I was having a blonde moment. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Natural blonde. It never leaves.
Oh yeah. I was born blonde. It all darkened up as I got older. No.
Not.
Oh, white. Oh, yeah. Yeah, not YouTube. He doesn't mean YouTube. Talking about Viking, but not that kind of Viking. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, I get that. I see what you're saying. But yeah, like I'm gonna plug him because it's like that's the thing I said I was gonna do on this. Is like, yeah, I'm gonna have drinks and snacks. And I'm gonna tell you what I'm drinking on. I'm snacking on. They're not sponsoring me, but I'd love it if they did.
Sponsor me.
False Idol Brewery.
I'm still waiting for Tony Khan to pay me. So if I get
you haven't gotten your Tony Khan check?
No, I'm constantly called a shill. So Pay up, Tony.
Oh, that's how I afforded the ceiling fan. You see the ceiling fan? That's Tony Khan money, baby. That's shill money. I didn't have a ceiling fan before that.
I know he looks at my threads, because he's liked 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, Ghost, did you do the anonymous questions yet? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, there was this one really funny one.
Yeah, that's
from
it. I don't know how this works. Signed Neon Ghost. Hey, you doing okay? How you doing over there, buddy? That's just smiley faces.
Oh God.
Okay, y'all in chat right now. Do y'all have any other questions? Before we start wrapping this up. Again, okay, like I was saying, it was like I want to do a tight hour. I have joined a club. I don't even know what percentage this one is right here. Oh, this is 6. This is nothing.
Oh, that's easy. That's water.
This is, yeah.
But mind you, that to me is.
Oh yeah, I've been drinking craft beers like since I don't know a while. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
I live in Charlotte. It's all I drink now in terms of beer, because it's.
Yeah. What like this brewery is a mile away from my apartment.
Oh God,
I walk there sometimes just so I can get some touch grass dorks time in.
Do you guys like IPAs?
Yeah.
No, I'm a sour, because my attitude is sour.
Hold on, I guess I pulled up a different question. I can tell you're trying to have a hard end time is so freaky. Yeah, it's impossible. The first episode went 3 hours long.
I mean,
none of us wanted to shut up. Me and Blade hit a hour and 40 just because we were both like, okay, that's a good button on the end of the episode, and let's go.
That does count as touching grass. If you touch a vegetable, it's touching grass.
Touch of grass. IPAs taste like grass, so I mean that kind of works too.
I literally every time I have an IPA gag, so I've just given up.
Really? Have you? Okay, there's West Coast and there's East Coast. Do you know which style you've had, or have you had both?
I definitely think I probably prefer East Coast, and I think it's just because I'm on the East Coast, so a lot of the breweries are obviously do East Coast, but
that's what this is. East Coast are the way to go. West Coast IPAs are the thin and hoppy and
it's really that aftertaste that gets to me. Where I'm just like right now, I discovered sours from this place that did you know those like 4th of July popsicles? Rocket Pops. They did a Rocket Pop sour.
Oh, the Bomb Pops? Yeah.
Yeah. And that was it. I was like all about sours.
Nice.
And blondes.
Oh, there we go.
I drink a lot of blondes.
East Coast Session IPA might be better for you because they're a bit more mild than exactly. Yeah. I love
that's kind of what I lean towards, because I cannot like West Coast just
and lagers. Oh yeah, I love a good lager.
Or seltzer. I'm such a basic bitch. Give me a seltzer.
All right, there's nothing wrong with that. I've
had some of my best times drunk on wine or seltzer. So
yeah, there's places that I go to, like there's the craft places that I go to that know like, okay, the dude likes IPAs and like heavy duty stouts or whatever, and places like oh, he's bourbon on rocks or whatever. But there's a couple places I know that nobody knows I go to, and they know me as like that dude drinks like Coors Original and Fireball.
Oh my God, Fireball!
And those are the places that like I don't tell people I go to. If I need to disappear for a weekend or like just have a night, just get away from everybody I know. I don't want to run into anyone. I could dive into one of those places for an hour or two and just get my junk food.
I would love to know more about how seltzers are a godsend to the industry.
Well, I didn't even.
That's
see
just
that.
interesting to me. What's my
Is it
go-to?
for
Well,
a
I
brewer?
do.
Oh, you're a brewer. Okay, cool. Like,
Yeah, that's
hey,
so cool.
yeah. Do you?
I need to know more about that.
Yeah.
As someone who always feels embarrassed when I order a seltzer at a brewery, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And when I worked at the brewery, we did a lot of seltzers. You know, I mean, that was one of the more popular things we did. What else we got here going on? Neon. What's your go-to
Oh,
bear if you're making a quick run?
well, I'm a
Brown
huge fan of bears, but
brown bear, probably brown bear. If I'm making a quick run, if I got time,
well,
polar. But
you do know
you know,
black bears are the superior bears, according to Dwight Schrute. But
yeah, but they're just not as quick. Like where I'm at, brown bears are just more accessible.
I go for there's a brewery here called Birdsong, and they do a jalapeno ale,
Oh,
pale ale, and it is so freaking good. It's that perfect amount of jalapeno kick that I have not been able to find anywhere.
just like
Birdsong is great.
What?
Birdsong is amazing.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Do they deliver? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I've tried when I was living up in Connecticut, tried to have them sent to me because, like I said, that jalapeno beer was like, it was that perfect kick where it wasn't like extremely jalapeno, but it was, yes.
Can you send me? Yeah, it's like now we're all like, well, okay, where do we get this? Where do we get this? Because like, so I lucked out, and there's a place down well, not down the street, but like nearby to where I work that is just a big craft beer gas station bar
Oh, that's cool.
combo. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but yeah, they have this huge cooler section that has all these craft beers from all over the country. And then they have a bar you can go up to and like sit down and have pints of craft beers. And they have a food court basically right next to that, two different restaurants. I don't go there near as much as I should. But I found it was years back, Deftones did an IPA, and I wanted to try it. It was Phantom Bride or something like that. The band Deftones. And I was looking it up online. I was like, oh, I can order it, but it's expensive. And then that's weird. I don't want to order a beer and have it shipped, and it's going to get weird. And I walked in that place one day. And I was like, it's just there. There's a 6-pack of it just sitting there on the shelf. I was like, cool. That's my day sorted. And I picked up that 6-pack, hit the gym, went to the pool, and drank that. So I need to go back to that place and see if maybe they got some of that. What was the name of that?
Birdsong.
Birdsong, message me that if you can.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had a bad beer from them.
Yeah. My dad's friend made his own moonshine, had a jalapeno flavored one.
I don't know why
my friend's mom
still
makes
so funny to me.
moonshine. What?
Moonshine is still. I didn't know about moonshine really until I went to the South for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I went to the moonshine company, like the big one that does samples.
Oh, okay. So you've had safe moonshine.
I've had safe moonshine, yes.
Had safe moonshine.
I mean, I've had Everclear too, so I mean.
Yeah. I had a buddy that lived in Kentucky, and he worked did tech stuff for pharmacies, like their POS systems, stuff like that. And some of the pharmacists made their own moonshine. Like not like infused things or whatever. They made moonshine. And he brought some out to us one time when he was visiting Texas, and we were just drinking out of that. And that was something else. That was I was lucky to have my eyesight by the time we finished that bottle off.
I'm like basement moonshine scares me.
Yeah.
I mean, like I went to college during the Jungle Juice era, so I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I'm good on anything homemade now.
Yeah. Well, I've had original Four Loko, so like moonshine didn't scare me.
So did I. Oh.
Ugh, that made me
I
a
miss
jerk. I was a jerk drinking that.
I miss the original Four Loko. That was
It
something.
shouldn't have been allowed. It shouldn't have been allowed.
The fact that it was allowed is still.
Yeah.
I was in Connecticut at the time at my Linda McMahon adjacent college, and I was like,
Ooh.
"How are we allowed to have this?"
Yeah. Oh God. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
we have a building now that's the Linda McMahon Business
Oh,
School.
gross.
They want my money.
Yeah. If you got an empty bottle, stuff a rag in there and fill it with. Never mind. I don't want to.
I email them every time they email for money. I say, not until you remove any trace of Linda McMahon and her disgusting family.
Yeah. Oh, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
I've never had mead. It is the meth of liquor. I've tried wine like that the founding fathers had. I feel very awkward right now. I tried to make mead in The Sims once when I was doing a decades challenge, but it crashed my game. You guys want to see something cute? Ignore the mess because I'm packing in here. Look at that little doggy. I'm jealous. I wish I never played The Sims.
Okay.
I just showed Eden because I felt awkward. I showed Eden because I felt awkward.
Showed who?
My dog.
Oh, the dog. Okay.
The gross room right here, right now,
Oh, look, a puppy.
has not left my side.
Of course not. Big awes.
Yeah. She's giving me the dirtiest look too.
Oh no. I wish Echo was more sociable. And he just likes hiding under beds and eating.
If I tried to pet or play with her right now, she'd just walk into the other room.
Oh,
I joke that she's like a cat. She wants to be next to me.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yep. That's
until it's time for a treat. Until it's time for a treat.
Yeah.
I would say food, but she doesn't care about food.
I'm still trying to get to grips with this particular cat. Because he's not super like food interested. Like it doesn't really drive his behavior in any way until he tells you he's hungry. And then it's like, okay, time to eat him. Feed him. Time to eat the cat. But he doesn't seem to care for treats or catnip at all.
Oh, that's crazy.
At all.
See, I've never really had a cat because I love cats. They don't like me. And when I say that, I mean, unless I'm high on Benadryl, my body rejects them.
Oh, okay. I was like, what does Benadryl have to do with cats? Like,
my old
Benadryl and cats are like, what are you doing?
My old roommate had a cat, and it was like maybe like 6 months left in our lease. In those 6 months, I got asthma.
Oh yeah. See, I got that. Like, so I got allergies.
Oh, I think you cut it out.
And
you cut out there for a second.
Oh, I've got allergies, pet allergies, and asthma. And I just love animals. I love cats, and like pretty much everybody I've ever dated has been a cat person. So I've had to find the over-the-counter medications at work.
Yeah.
And I've found a good combination.
You can get good medicine for it because that's what I did.
I buy Ghost.
Buy Ghost. I keep hoping to find a cat in the wild that I need to save, so I have an excuse to have one.
No, they'll find you.
Because that would be the sign that
it's a cat distribution
work
system.
through I can work through the allergies if a cat finds me.
So what I found that works the best is the over-the-counter, whatever the green allergy medicine is. I think Zyrtec or whatever, the green cap.
Good to know.
That one works great for me. 1 pill a day, and like even this cat I got now, super furry.
And no issue.
No, it's fine. I sneeze
So
a little bit.
What I'm hearing is if I just continue, I have to take Claritin every day in the South, so I don't die.
Claritin's good to go. Claritin, I need to add Claritin in because my seasonal allergies are kicking up. So Claritin, off-brand Claritin plus an off-brand Zyrtec, you can mix those.
Oh, good to know. Because I have the off-brand.
Well, I've done it. I don't know if that works for everybody. Try that out. That was a good combination for me to knock out all of my allergies.
Oh, good, because Claritin is good for like the seasonal allergies here,
stuff,
but oh god, I swear, I hate the South for the fact that it's trying to actively kill me from fall till winter.
Yeah,
it just wants me dead.
Yeah, that's the South.
Yeah, I'm like, get me out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, you could you start realizing like there's places in the world people weren't meant to live.
I'm beginning to
they
think
start attacking
allergies.
They start attacking people. Like, yeah.
I tell people if I had hay fever up north, there's no like I'm basically dead here.
Yeah, I can't do this.
We coughed at the same time.
Yeah. All right. Do it. Well, we got a little. I miss the South. I don't miss literally just falling off my car. Oh yeah.
No, my car is still yellow.
Yeah, I've tried to just like wipe my car before, and it's just like, oh, I just wiped it. Okay, that's not dust.
It rained, which was nice because it got some of the yellow off.
Oh, couldn't. Like Texas is bad enough. I couldn't do like I couldn't do some of the other more pollinated climates. It was like what Texas.
I'm tracking a mosquito.
Blue bonnets. That's about it.
I'm tracking a mosquito that got into the house.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep an eye on those. And you know one of those. Have you seen those bug assault guns?
No, but I should get one. I left the door open from when she came in.
When I was
I'm regretting it.
When I was picking up these at False Idol the other day, there was a fly in there. The bartender handed me the gun. She's like, "You keep an eye out. I got to go do something." So I'm just like sitting there at the bar with the salt gun, just like looking for this fly and like spraying salt in the air every time it buzzed past me. And the brewers are there and they're just like, another day. Because I'm the only dude there. Like it was early enough in the day. My
first summer down here, I learned about June bugs for the first time. I could have used that then because I would have killed them all.
Yeah,
I hated them so much; they scared me.
So I got a story about June bugs. Buddy of mine, he always had a above ground pool that he put up every year. And we're in the pool. We're having a good time, having drinks, chilling out. June bugs are everywhere, just making noises and, doing what they do and flying around, hitting light poles and all that stuff. And one of our friends there she's not in the pool. She's just kind of hanging out around the periphery. And she picks one up. She picks up one of these little June bugs, and it just goes, just like buzzing. And she's like, oh, yeah, I don't know what to do. It just holds it underwater until it stopped making noise.
Oh, God.
She just drowned a June bug in front of us.
I would have died. They literally scared me so much. I don't know why.
They don't do anything.
I know they were like giant beetles. Yeah. And they flew.
There
And
are rocks there are rocks that run into walls.
I had no idea what they were.
Have you just never seen one before?
No, because we didn't have those in New York. New York has normal bugs.
What is a normal New York bug?
A tiny little mosquito, a bee, an ant, sometimes the little annoying water bugs, stink bugs, whatever they're called. Maybe you see a cockroach in New York City.
I was going to say, that most of what I know about New York City is from Seinfeld and How I Met Your Mother, and apparently cockroaches there are bigger than they are in Texas. Or more aggressive, at least.
I have seen more cockroaches here in the South than I ever saw in New York.
In the South,
and I actively looked for them in New York City.
In the South, they're called water bugs. They're not.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
And
I don't like them.
If you find two of them and they're going the same direction, hop on board. You get there quicker.
I don't like them.
You just ride them around.
I find them everywhere. Stairwells, just outside. I don't like them.
Just outside, yeah.
I don't care if they survive the apocalypse.
I hate them.
I don't like them. Them and June bugs.
Yeah. June bugs are fine. They're just dumb. They're dumb bugs. We call them dumb bugs. Because they just
were scary for someone who's never seen them.
Oh, yeah.
For someone who never saw them, they were like, okay, they're like...
they're huge!
They're like that.
Huge! I didn't tell you. It was a bug the size of a tangerine.
That's literally what I probably would have said. Because I thought they were the biggest. I hated them so much. To this day, I will actively avoid fields in the summer so I don't see them.
Oh, all right. Oh, I can't talk about bugs anymore.
Neither can I. I also got that topic with that, so I was like,
that's all right.
You make me want to move to New Zealand because you guys have nice bugs.
It's just everything else that wants to kill you.
No, that's Australia.
That's Australia. New Zealand, they got away from all that.
It's just Hobbitville.
Yeah. Fair
enough. I can handle the orcs.
Yeah. All right. Do a recap real quick. Make sure we hit all the stuff we wanted to talk about. Acolyte, Mandalorian, Andor. You need to finish Andor. Brace yourself. Skeleton Crew. Did we talk enough about Skeleton Crew? Because that's so fun.
Probably not.
So much fun.
Skeleton Crew deserves all the roses it gets.
Yeah. I was never had so much just actual joy in my heart than I did watching Skeleton Crew.
It made me feel like a kid.
Yeah. I just think, okay, I'm going to admit something right now, and I'll do this. I'll do another one of these. This is not calling out dorks, but I'll do this right down the camera. I've never seen the Goonies. I'm 42. I'm 42 years old. Never.
You are a child of the 80s and never have seen the Goonies.
Nope. But I love Skeleton Crew.
Then you would probably love the Goonies.
I know I would. I didn't. It was not on my radar at the time.
I say that as someone who has not seen a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I just saw Mission Impossible for all of them for the first time because I hate Tom Cruise. So
I'll say this. There's one of the reasons I've actually started actively avoiding the Goonies is because when I finally watched parts of Labyrinth, I was like, not for me. Don't like this at all.
Sad. The evil Goblin King. I keep hoping. This is going to sound really bad. I keep hoping someone makes.
Oh, here it is. Oh no, I'm getting the
a Goblin. This is where my book.
How dare
comes in. I want a Goblin King, and I want a more adult version of that.
Yeah,
where she's also not a 16-year-old.
Well, yeah. Hey, we got a spam tech. We got a spam
I saw
chat. That's trying to. Where did the block thing go? That's cute. Look at that.
Love it.
I'd have to get into the actual. I guess I got to go into Twitch to get that one. That's fine. That's fine. It's nothing I really gotta.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah, it just means people are paying attention. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. Could always be worse. But yeah, Skeleton Crew and that was so much fun.
So much fun. I definitely am excited to rewatch it. And what's going to be a year long.
I want 5 more seasons of Skeleton Crew before I want literally anything Harry Potter to ever come out again. I think that's the worthier franchise to follow if you want a fun, raucous children's franchise.
As someone who has a Harry Potter tattoo, mind you, yeah, thank you.
I know, I understand.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
No more hair. I don't know even why we're doing a reboot. It's not needed.
No. Well, somebody wants more money.
Because she needs more.
Yeah.
So what? Fun. Oh.
Yeah. Fun, terrible, just idiotic things.
I hate her. I hate that she ruined everything I loved for so long.
Yeah.
It's probably why I've leaned so much into Star Wars now, because all of my Harry Potter stuff are sitting in my shed. My books are probably all my first editions. I have the first edition, first 1 and 2. Are all probably getting moldy.
Yeah. I worked at a movie theater when what was the third movie?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, when that came out. And I'd never seen any of the other ones. I went with a couple of my friends because they were like, "Can you get us in?" I was like, "Yeah." I figured out, we'll probably get you in there. Whatever. And I sat down and watched it. I was like, "Oh, I get it." And I didn't really follow up with it much until I one of the relationships I was in, she was like, "Oh, you got to watch Harry Potter." I was like, "Oh, fine, you got to watch Star Wars then." And then now she's got a Star Wars tattoo, and I don't even have a Harry Potter tattoo either.
Probably a good thing.
It's amazing tattoo. I don't have tattoos for either of them, because it would have been super simple for me to get a Deathly Hallows tattoo.
Yeah, well, I have that, and then I solemnly swear I'm up to no good. But I also have in Elvish Wanderer with arrows for Legolas. All because someone once told me that not all who wander up lost are from Lord of the Rings.
My wrist, actually, I have the runes on my wrist say not all who wander are lost.
That's so cool.
It wasn't even because I care about Lord of the Rings. I like Lord of the Rings, but I'm not that into it. I just like that phrase.
It's an awesome phrase.
Yeah, and it's on a compass, like a runic compass. So yeah. That's a good protection.
In between the arrows is north, south, east, and west.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want it for Star Wars. I'm gonna do right here, a couple of stars, and then an X-wing, a Death Star, and the Millennium Falcon. And then over here, I'm gonna do 2 little lightsabers.
Have fun with those spots.
Oh, I know. I have one on my ankle. I have 2 on my ribs. So I've already picked some of the worst spots. That You're speedrunning pain with those spots. I started on my biceps. I'm looking at tattoo. Yeah, my third one was on my ribs, and I remember someone going, "Oh, that looks like it hurts." I was like, "I'm not fucking breathing. Go away." No. Before I punch you, it hurts.
Now, I got a friend. She's got a shoulder to wrist sleeve.
Oh God!
The whole arm, everything. It's all done. It's all colored. But she got on each an outline on each rib, on each side. And I asked her, I was like, "When are you going to finish your stuff in your ribs and your side?" She's like, "No."
No. Yeah. My Lord of the Rings one too was. I haven't gotten one since my Lord of the Rings, which was probably close to 10 years ago now because of how much it hurt.
Oh, yeah.
I was not doing it.
Yeah. It's, every time
I've never cried from pain before, and that was I cried.
My most recent one, inside that, I can't even get a good angle on it, but the inside of the wrist that
yeah.
that can't even see it. I don't bend correctly enough. But it's a moth butterfly thing. I got it.
That's so cool.
Me and my friend
See,
me and one of my best friend from high school, Amy, we have matching tattoos. And then that was like, I wasn't going to cry from pain, but it was the pain of like, my tattoo artist like, you're my friend, and you have a needle in my skin. I want to hurt you. I want to hurt you, and I'm mad at you because of the thing that I told you to do to me.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm terrified of needles.
I hate getting shots.
Me too. Or getting blood taken. But everyone's like,
no.
They're all like, but you have tattoos. I go, yeah, it's a huge difference.
There's a major difference.
Like major difference. Like, I don't think people get that. It's I know a lot of people who are scared of needles. Like, I had like a panic attack when I have to get blood taken.
Ugh.
And I've met plenty of people that have that same thing, and they're like, yeah, I have multiple tattoos. They're like, it's on top of your skin. It's not going in.
Yeah, ketchup versus tomatoes.
They're two wholly different things.
Yeah, I mean, it's not how I would explain it, but that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Totally. They're like, But those rib tattoos have turned me off of tattoos for a long time.
The what?
Rib tattoos have turned me off of tattoos for a long time.
I'm not. Like, I want to. My thing is like, I'm gonna fill as much space as I can on my outer arms, and I got space on my inner arms that I'm gonna put something simple in there, but like simple but big.
Yeah.
You know, just to like. Just fill that space in.
Yeah. And that's where it hurts too the most.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. I've got stuff that's gotten close to that. So like, I don't know, you can't, that's the wrong arm. It's hard to see probably, but the ear on this shrunken head on my arm, there's one little piece that did not get, one line that the tattoo artist did not fill in. Because he looked at my face when he was doing that line and went, doing that to you. I'm not doing that to you. Like, I could have handled that. Now I just have this unfinished line because he took it easy on that one.
If you go to get the rest of it, if you go to put more there, they can just do the line. Or it's a fun story.
I just have the terrible look of like 2 of my tattoo artists have quit tattooing.
Ooh, I don't know about one of mine. I have a star over here. A gold star because I was going through stuff, so I got a gold star to remind myself. And he was on the Masters of Ink show.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he got cut pretty quickly. I was like, that doesn't bode well.
Oh no. Who was it? One of the judges on Ink Masters from here, from where I'm from.
Oh, really? That's so cool.
Who I can't remember his name. He had a weird name. Yeah,
I couldn't tell you the name of anyone who has tattooed me now.
Yeah, I mean it's people that know me, that know the area. Like if they see this later when I upload it to YouTube, and be like, just yell at me. It'd be like, it's so and so. Like it's obvious. How do you not remember something? Like, because I don't go to his shop because it costs too much. Because he's famous. He's in Dallas, and that's farther away from me than I want to go.
And it's Dallas.
Yeah. I try not to be. I try to grow out of the anti-Dallas thing, but it's just like the way I grew up is just always going to be. And have that little bit of my like. I don't like Dallas. I'm from the mid cities. I lived in Fort Worth.
My parents are in Carrollton now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you had some DFW ties.
Yes. I was. I went to visit them, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't think I like Dallas."
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Carlton was pretty.
I forgot to bring this. Cryptid Raconteur. I have a culinary degree. A lot of my analogies are food based. That makes sense.
Yeah, I just like food, so sometimes mine are too.
Yeah, I mean, no, I get. Yeah, I just make puns on whatever's available, like just low hanging fruit.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am. I mean, we all know my cope jokes, so
The what?
and FTR, my cope jokes.
Oh yeah.
Jokes and FTR finding their edge.
I need to catch up on that. I like that got Nigel getting active again.
Me too.
I saw the clips.
Which makes me think Bryan Danielson is going to be making a return of some sort.
They really need, like, they tried really hard with that match they had together, but Nigel just had so much ring rust.
Yeah.
They really need to like give him a series of matches to
get him back into
give him some ROH matches to build him back up a little bit, get him back in shape, ring shape, then give them that payoff.
Yeah, unless he does go and fights FTR.
They could do that too.
Yeah,
I mean they're good enough. They can. I think Dax would be a really good opponent for him. Dax is good. Dax can carry a person.
Yeah,
I think he's. I don't know why, but I feel like Dax is the underrated member of FTR.
100%.
As far as
even though Cash is a superior heel.
Yeah, because Cash, you expect Cash to be more babyface because he's got good hair, or just has hair. And you look at Dax, and you're like, that's a heel. He's bald. He's got a big old villain mustache. But he's always all of his promos are like, I like my family and God and wrestling in that order.
Yeah, he's too likable.
Yeah.
Where when you watch Dynamite this week, Cash Wheeler's face and like reactions to the crowd, I'm like, that man should never be a baby. He should never be a face. He needs to be a heel. He is meant to be a heel.
Yeah. But also,
because all of a sudden he's fun to watch.
Yeah. He's just so much. Yeah. Because he's just like, I can do stuff now. He's not like, he doesn't seem limited.
And despite what people are going to want, I want to heel FTR versus Young Bucks.
Got to do it that way.
Because the four of them together just have the best chemistry, and I'm like, now that they're heel, I want to see these two heel groups go together.
Yeah. There's so many good combinations coming up for the future.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what all can be done.
I mean, we all know what I'm excited for. I have not kept it a secret.
No,
I'm going to die when All In happens, and we see Kenny and Okada in a ring together. And
I'm still on the fence about buying a ticket.
So mainly because I do have a house to stay at, and I'm like, I think as more matches get released, I'm gonna
I know it's gonna be a good show. It's just like I don't.
It's Texas in July.
It's Texas in July, and there's a roof.
Fans.
There's a roof on this place. There's a roof there. Yeah. It's fine.
Yes, but people are still going to be sweaty and gross and smelly.
And I'm not even worried about that. I'm worried about just like, am I going to spend this money to sit in the cheap seats and I can't see anything?
Yeah.
About halfway through it, I just pull up my phone and buy the pay-per-view and watch it on my phone, or just watching the screen the entire time.
Yeah, that's why smaller venues are better.
Yeah. But also, it's like, I'm not going to be able to afford a WrestleMania. I can afford this just to be in the atmosphere and the crowd, and like I can like hang around and like.
I was looking at like floor seats because now I'm spoiled because I kept getting floor seats because they've been so cheap, and I'm like, oh, I really want to swing that. But even for that, they're a little pricey. In this economy, everything's a little pricey.
Yeah, well, because even the cheap seats, like the farthest seat back is $30. Cool. That's fine. I can swing $30.
Oh, that's so yeah.
Even for just like sitting around in a crowd and like just goofing off with the people around me.
Mhm.
It's the fees that get me.
Oh God, I know.
It's the extra because it gets up to like $60 after the fees.
Yeah. I was Sting has a match here in Charlotte in June. And there's also a meet and greet. I was like, do I want to spend $600 to meet Sting and go to this and sit right in the front? Or do I want to go to All In?
Yeah. I mean,
It's also like I think one of his last appearances as full Sting makeup.
yeah, because he did say he was going to stop wearing the makeup.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going to show up as Steve.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that might be the last event.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is it worth? Or do I just buy the meet and greet and not go to the show? Because Matt Riddle's going to be at the show, and I did just buy an RK Bro shirt because I saw it out at Goodwill. I'm like, I don't like Matt Riddle that enough.
I wouldn't give Matt Riddle money.
Exactly. I bought it at Goodwill because it was funny. But do I want to go to a wrestling event where Matt Riddle might get the money from it?
That's what I'm saying. No, go to the event. You got the shirt. That's funny enough.
Yeah, and then I can just go meet Sting.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the meet and greet.
Yeah, there you go. Then have to watch Matt Riddle kick his shoes off and.
Speedball can do it, and it's adorable.
Well, he just doesn't even wear them.
Yeah, Matt Riddle doesn't, and I'm just like,
yeah, kicking his weird flip flops into the crowd. Oh, gross, dude. I don't give. I don't want that.
I've never liked him. Very proud. My gut was right on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. If you do go to All Out, whether I go or not, let me know. And I'm trying to tell everybody in the circle, the sickos. If you're in DFW during All Out, like I want to meet everybody. I want to
yeah. I think it would be like, especially because I feel like a good amount of people are going.
Yeah. Because there's places we can there's in Arlington there's a barcade I like called it's called Free Play, but they changed it to Tokyo Station now, and it's just a cool little Japanese style arcade that you can get into, and everybody can hang out.
That's so cool. If we go a couple of days before the event, there may someone who likes Japanese culture.
Yeah,
could potentially want to be there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that too. There's that. There's also oh no, MPX is probably the same night because they do Saturday nights. MPX is one of the local indies, but I'm sure they'll have an event.
Oh, they're gonna. I mean, because also don't forget, you have Saturday night main event too, which I thought was supposed to be in Texas. And everyone's telling me it's not. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I thought the whole point of it was they were doing it Saturday in Texas.
Oh, God. They would. They would.
They would. I'm not going to be surprised if it's in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. You heard that. All the sickos, anybody coming down, I'm from here. All In is in Arlington. That's my hometown. Get down here. And hit me up, and I'll give you a tour of the town. I'll show you around.
I know my mom was like, if you come, you're Ubering. She's like, I'm not driving you there. I was like, oh gosh, the worst. She's like, oh, you're gonna have to rent a car. I was like, fine.
Yeah, and that's really the thing is I've had to leave that area under the best of circumstances, and it's still a pain.
Yeah.
Can't imagine,
I thought Charlotte drivers were bad until I was in Texas.
Yeah. Well, so what they got now is, the place that All In is at is right next to the Cowboy Stadium.
Oh, God.
They share parking lots. You can see one from the other.
Oh, God.
And then the old Ranger Stadium is right there too. So it's a trio of stadiums and now there's all these hotels and all these other things built up around it. Like traffic getting in and out of that area is
it's probably a disaster.
it's a disaster.
And the fact that it's near the Cowboys season,
like a mile away is Six Flags. Not even a mile away.
I forget there's a Six Flags there.
It was the original one. How do you forget?
Because I'm not a big fan of roller coasters, so I'm scared of heights.
That's fair. That was my first job.
So
my first two jobs.
Disney, Universal, very safe for me.
Yeah.
Except I did get stuck. We went on spring break in college to Disney. I won't even touch on how much I hated that.
Yeah.
But when we went on Space Mountain, we got stopped at the very top and then had to walk down Space Mountain with the lights on. And I will probably never recover from that mentally. Don't ever look at what Space Mountain looks like in the light.
No, I don't want. No. We got a. There's a ride like that in the Six Flags here. It's like an indoor dark ride. Like I don't want to know. I don't want. But every time you say Space Mountain, I think of Ric Flair, and that was just like don't look at what Space Mountain looks like in dark. I was like, I don't. Ew. I don't want to see him in the light. I've seen enough of Ric Flair.
Oh, he's gonna be on TV next week.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I mean, it's to oh god, I forgot who it was. It's to honor someone who just died.
Mongo.
Yes.
Mongo. Stephen Michael.
Rest
in power, Mongo again. I think we mentioned that on the last show, but yeah, that's.
I definitely have to go do some research because,
he
like I said, other than like Ric Flair and like Hulk Hogan, I don't really know that era.
Yeah, I didn't either. Like, and I was saying before, like I got introduced to Mongo really from just clips on Twitter from somebody that just ran a Mongo account. And like he was a horseman for a while. That's why Flair is going to be on the. That's the connection there. Why Flair is going to be on the episode. I was just a big goofy football player that got invited into wrestling when his football career was up. And he wasn't great, but he was fun.
So he doesn't have a Legends contract?
He's dead.
Well, still, I mean, WWE is weird.
No, I don't think they ever did a Legends contract for him.
I bet they're angry now.
Yeah, because they can't. Because he got the whole thing is like he got ALS and. Yeah, I don't think they ever. I don't know, but I don't think they ever reached out to him for any kind of like.
That's crazy.
Legends contract or anything like that. Well, because I mean, he appeared on Raw a couple times and apparently was part of the Lawrence Taylor entourage for WrestleMania 3 or something. But he didn't have a big footprint in WWE proper, so it just wasn't one of the people they wanted to give a crap about because it couldn't make them money. So
I know. I love when people defend a company that only cares about shareholders, but
yeah. And I keep saying like I'm not making this show about. Hot takes and talking crap, but do better, you dorks.
Do better. And be nice.
I'm also not going to bootlick corporations.
No, you can't.
Same with like TK and All Elite does something dumb. I'm gonna call it out.
I know everyone's like, oh well, blah, blah, blah. No. If Tony Khan did something stupid, I would say something.
Yeah.
I have no allegiance to Tony Khan.
Yeah.
I just think he might be an okay person.
Yeah. I like the wrestling he puts out.
Yeah.
Seems like he's
like that he was called a commie.
Yeah. It seems like he's on the same wave of neurodivergence that I am, so like I kind of relate to him a little bit more.
I know, that's why I get mad when people call him those names. Because I'm like, you're kind of just like making fun of someone for being different instead of like, so you're just going to call him a crackhead.
Yeah, like what do you? Yeah, now you got your whole crew having to take media training courses.
Yeah, but he won that.
Yeah,
he won
that. Yeah, he won that. Cool.
He won that they wouldn't need media.
Tell me how much you won when you get called to the main roster and then cut a week later and then get picked up by TNA for half the price.
Yeah.
And you
then have to go
back
through
up on
training.
NXT. You're losing in a 5-way match for the North American title.
So much winning.
Look at that. Look at that guy go.
my tribalism is coming out.
Yeah. It was also like, I mean, it goes back to like Seth Rollins and Will Ospreay got into a Twitter spat a couple years ago, and Seth Rollins used Ricochet as part of the argument of like, oh yeah, we don't need you. We already got one of you guys over here, and his name's Ricochet, and he's like the United States champion. Like, okay, cool. That didn't age well at all.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Now Ricochet's over there doing the best work of his career as a character. As a character.
When people still say he can't cut a promo, I'm like, you're not watching him now.
You're not paying attention to what he's doing right now. That man has found that man.
He's found gold right now.
Yeah.
And him with the elite just fits. Like, I'm now retrofitting history.
Oh, he's always been there.
He's always been there.
He's got New Japan credentials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
everybody learned about him and Ospreay at the same time, but the Best of Super Juniors GIF that was going around, and I say GIF, I don't say GIF, I say GIF.
I go back and forth depending on my mood.
Yeah, but
the story of my life.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much all of us. But yeah, like he's doing the best work of his career as a character, not even just as an in-ring performer, as a character.
Yeah.
The dude found all the charisma and all the confidence to build that charisma because he got in a place that just like goes, "Hey, do you what you're do you 100%," and he got that go ahead, and he also goes home to Samantha.
Lucky man. Like, and she's a lucky woman.
How do you not have confidence if you go home to her every day?
Yeah.
Like, I can climb a mountain right now.
I really hate when people like just criticize him for saying how he feels, but like Cody gets, maybe not so much Cody, Ethan and Stinky get praised.
Yeah.
Sorry, he will now forever be Stinky.
Yeah.
Because I think he's stinky.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't disagree. I'm just
told you. I'm in my heel era.
The first time I saw him do that pose at the ramp, his entrance pose, I was like, I can't take that dude seriously. I don't. That is not a pose of a man that can win a fight.
No, and I don't think he gets that. Like, he doesn't give off, just like Ethan Page. You don't give off huge ego.
No, I never understood that. Why is that his gimmick?
Oh,
all ego. What? All what? What ego?
I watched your toy blog. You're a geek. You're a geek. That should have been your gimmick. It works. Look at someone like Kenny Omega. You can be a geek and be liked.
That's fine. Like, use something that works for you. Works for you.
Oh. Please, I've been like, oh, well, he had that on the indies. Okay.
Cool.
So, it doesn't mean it's working.
I never bought that. I never bought that gimmick. Ego, Ethan Page. Ego about what? Like
toys?
Like, what is your ego about?
Toys.
Why is your ego so high? What do you do that is so much better than anybody else on the roster that is your thing? That your ego is the thing that you set yourself on.
Yeah. I never saw him do anything that would make me think he had a huge ego.
Yeah. Or even like why he would have a huge ego.
Yeah. I didn't dislike him. I just didn't like his gimmick.
Yeah.
And
well,
if you
is like I've seen his like YouTube shows, like toy vlogs, him and Danhausen hanging out, like cool. Like there's nothing egotistical about you.
No.
You're just a dude. You're a dude.
Those toy blogs, I love them. But I also think that was the worst thing for his all ego character. And people don't have to agree, but like watch him and it ruins any sort of kayfabe.
Yeah.
Like people like MJF continue to get over because Ricochet, because they're staying in character.
Yeah.
Even
the
Kenny
stuff
Omega,
they do outside, is still in character.
I was rewatching Kenny's interview with Sean Ross before he came back, and I was like, he's still in character.
Yeah.
He's like just more like, obviously his character is a little bit more him, but like he's in character. Like at some point you just have to acknowledge that you can't do every interview as yourself or do everything as yourself, and it's going to break kayfabe if you don't. And you're too early in your career to break kayfabe like that.
Yeah. It's just not. Yeah.
I would like if WWE let him do his toy vlogs again, though.
Yeah. It's so weird how they pick and choose who gets to do the outside.
Which it looks like he still has videos going up, but they're not the toy blogs. And I think it's because he would still end up looking at AEW toys. And I think they would have a problem with that.
Oh yeah, because they're not there's not just one toy available now.
Yeah.
That's probably why they won't re-sign Matt Cardona. Because he's not giving up. He's not giving up Major Brothers.
No.
Or Major Figure, whatever his pod is.
Yeah, he's not going to give that up.
He's not giving that up. Because that's...
And Chelsea Green doesn't have...
He makes so much more money doing what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
They would actually have to sign him in a way that covers the loss that he would take
of his income.
From giving up.
And I don't think even though I would say they love Chelsea Green, but I don't actually think they do. I don't think Chelsea Green has that kind of power.
No, she's not there yet.
No.
Yeah, I think that's why because they know they can't control Matt Cardona.
No, and that's going to always
not
be
in the way
something.
they controlled Zack Ryder, because he was doing some of that stuff. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins were doing some of that stuff on the WWE network,
but they can control that.
But now
I'm still surprised Matt didn't sign with AEW, but
Cody. That's all on Cody.
This is why I'm headcanon Ricochet as Cody now.
Yeah.
And then people get mad at me when I say Cody says stuff. Like, Cody's not like...
Spit it out. Say it. Say it.
Oh.
Say it.
I was like, Cody has, in a way, been very positive about AEW, but also hasn't.
Yes, and hasn't. Yeah.
Especially considering the fact that he wormed his way into the Elite and into AEW.
Yeah. He was very, very smart in the way he went about going into the Indies, who he sided up to, who he became friends with, and how he politicked his way around it. I'll never take that away from him. That was very shrewd.
Yeah. I respect it. But I see what he did.
Yeah. Cody is Cody and will always be Cody for better and or worse. Yeah, that's Yeah. He's
Yeah.
I don't like where he's ended up with all of
No.
this, but I understand the path that he took and why he took it, because he's the Rhodes that saw and learned from the generations before him and went,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna do whatever it takes to bring the level of respect to this family's name that I think it needs to be there.
Yeah. And I
He
respect
did
him
it.
for that.
He did it.
Like, when he was leaving, I didn't care. I was like, I did for a little bit. I was a little annoyed because I was like, how could you start a company and then leave? And then I was like, as I realized like what he did, I was like, okay, I respect that. I just don't like when people go, Cody was fumbled. No, Cody's whole point was to make himself go from mid-Carter Cody and Stardust to top Carter Cody Rhodes. And he did that. He was never fumbled.
And turn the camera again. Hi, dorks. Cody wasn't fumbled. Cody was in charge of Cody's creative the entire time. Everything he did was on purpose to get where he is.
Exactly.
Nobody fumbled Cody. Cody built his own storyline. You weird dorks. Learn how stories work. You weird internet dorks.
I also had, in someone in the same breath goes, Punk was fumbled. And I was like, by who? Himself? Punk would still be there if his ego didn't get in the way. Like, he had a whole show created for him. Collision was made for CM Punk. I know, it lost for words on that one.
CM Punk lost his place in a wrestling promotion because he got in a fight with a Nepo baby.
Over glass.
Over glass. Real glass. And you're blaming everyone else but him.
Well, it's like that's why you tend to lean more towards what like the Bucks and the Elite said after Brawl Out, because it's like, wait, we're back here. Less than a year later.
Cody and Cardona are the only guys to fully understand just how choose your own adventure wrestling is. LOL.
I love that.
Yeah.
That might be my new thing for Cody.
Choose your
and
own
Cardona.
adventure. Yeah.
Yeah. He really did. He just was. I don't love Cody because I hate the neck tattoo. This purely based on the neck tattoo. I respect Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I respect Matt Cardona.
Okay. I'm hung up on the neck tattoo thing for a second because the glass thing was so annoying. I've eaten glass. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Glass is fine. Don't worry about it. Like, it's just glass. Whatever.
Yeah, I've stepped in glass. It's fine. Like, nothing happened.
Whatever. You know, it's fine. Okay. I have tattoos. I have a couple. At least 3. When Cody said, I didn't think it was gonna be that big.
They show you it. They literally give you a mirror if it's somewhere you can't see.
There's
and
no
they
way,
show you the outline.
No way you didn't know it was going to be that big.
But either
big, not a chance. You did not know it was going to be that big.
You can
Cody?
tell people who defend that have never had tattoos before. I was
no.
I have seen every one of my tattoos before they were permanently inked on my body.
Yeah.
For that reason, because once it's on there, it's on there.
Yeah. They're very difficult to get rid of.
Yeah, that's when everyone's like, MJF got rid of his tattoo. I go, do you know what it would look like if he got rid of a tattoo?
Not that.
Not that. It literally looks like a white tattoo for a while.
Yeah. Like that's
because I looked up tattoo removal for my Harry Potter tattoo. So I was on a lot of videos looking at it. I was like, that's not. He would have had that tattoo gone for over a year.
no.
And a tattoo that big would take multiple sittings.
We're at 2.5 hours in this podcast. And I'm not, you know, this is nothing against you. I'm straight down to barrel right now on the camera. 2.5 hours in this podcast. And if there's anything I want to leave any of you viewers or listeners with, it's this. It's okay to not have an opinion about something until you've learned more about it. You can. It is entirely possible. Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Jangle, the only adult on the internet.com coming soon. It is entirely possible when you see something that you have a strong reaction to, a emotional reaction to, it is entirely possible to shut up about it until you know more about it, until you've learned more about it. Learning is fun to mental.
It is.
And I've learned that because I pay attention to things.
Yeah. I literally, again, looked up what tattoo removals look like when that was happening. I was like, wait.
I'm trying to point at you, but I'm trying to... the camera's backwards. Where are you at?
Somewhere over there. I feel like I'm constantly, especially because I'm new to wrestling, I'm constantly still looking things up.
Yeah, because you care to know, you care to learn and have knowledge about things.
Yeah,
that's the way to
my
do
whole original plan when I first started threading and stuff was to start watching all the previous WrestleManias, and I was going to go through all the different errors and give my opinions because I probably would have some choice words for some of the women's matches. But that obviously changed when other things happened, and I was like, well, I'm not touching this anymore.
There's some stuff.
But I still have done the research to understand some of this stuff and see the history of wrestling. I may not always be right.
You're right more often than some of these people are. Yeah.
But I also don't know if I can look at wrestling through the lens of someone who's still new to it, where it's
I will say, as I've been probably watching longer, but I probably haven't been watching as intently as you have.
I really made it my personality.
Yeah, and that is why up front I called you the reigning and defending queen of wrestling TikTok, wrestling threads, wrestling discourse on the internet.
Because
she's on the show, you dorks, because she's better at this than you.
I am.
Better takes than you. And that's why you're on the show, and I thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Again, it has been 2 hours and 30 minutes
I know, this was fun.
Of what I promised to be a tight 1 hour. But I'm
telling you, you can never have that with me.
I can't have that with anybody on the show.
Because I'm a chatty Kathy.
This is 3 episodes in a row that have all gone over. Thankfully, we don't have a hard out because of networks or anything like that.
Yeah, love that.
Tight 2.5 hours, says Crypto Raconteur. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that.
Yeah, we like that.
Hours. We like that. Anyway, again, this has been the pregame with Kurt Jangle. We have gone into actually probably just game time basically, or at this point. Joined once again by BooksAndBodySlams. You can find her. This is where you plug things.
Oh, almost everywhere. Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok at BooksAndBodySlams. I have a Twitch that I have not used at BooksAndBodySlam. I'm trying to think of it. I think that's about it right now.
Okay.
I have a website that I have not started or done anything.
Yeah, I got the same thing. Send me your links on Discord so I can put them in when I upload this to YouTube. Probably tomorrow.
Oh, I also have a YouTube that I tried to put reels up and I failed.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
A 20-second reel took like 30 minutes to upload. I was like,
it's so hard to do stuff anymore. It's so difficult. I don't. Yeah. Send me your links. I'll put those all up when I upload this to YouTube. Anything else I want to get to? Star Wars is great. If you don't like it, you're a dork and a weird. Yes. Enjoy Star Wars. Enjoy professional wrestling. Enjoy life.
It all should be fun. If you're not having fun,
if you're not having fun, move on to something else. Don't make your personality hating something.
Make it loving something.
Make it loving something. There we go. There it is. This is the pregame. Kurt Jangle, Books and Body Slams. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Bye.